It's a big fight week, massive fight, and already the fans are buzzing. You got to bump into your opponent in the hotel lobby. Curious, if anything, what you were able to take away from that interaction.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, like you saw, he's 8 feet tall.
Yeah.
Basically, I walked into Godzilla. That's what I had to take away from that. No, I'm just kidding. He was super respectful, and like I always said, if my opponent is respectful, I'll be respectful before the fight, and it looks like there won't be any antics unless something changes. But it was great. I mean, it's good to see that my opponent's healthy. All the questions, is he going to show up? It never bothered me, but I know it was a question for everyone, and the fact, it's not only the fact that I prepared for him and now I'm fighting somebody else, that doesn't bother me. I'm a complete fighter. I think it's the hype of this fight. People want to see the two best fighters in the world go at it, and that's why this fight is so big, because it's truly, and a lot of times it's just not possible to get the two best guys right now because one is injured, and sometimes the two best guys in the world don't want to fight each other. Because it's tough. There can be only one winner. I want to fight the best in the world, and now people are going to see it. I mean, we're 2 days out. There doesn't seem to be anything that's going wrong. I mean, the weigh-ins need to happen, but all things are looking great. We're here in fight week. Myself versus Khamzat, and that's what the fans wanted, and I'm super excited for this.
Khamzat, it's a big fight week. Your first opportunity to fight for a UFC title, and already you've got to see your opponent. You bumped into Dricus in the hotel. Talk to me about what that was like, and are you surprised he was so friendly and respectful?
What should he do? I don't know. I don't anything pressure, like what is it, like not take personal, just we're doing our business, fighting and having fun, doing some Twitter shit. I don't know how to do, but I try.
You're not bad, it's okay. Yeah. So we kind of could make a good guess what we're expecting from him, right? He takes these massive shots from across the ring, very aggressive, very deep takedown attempts. So with that respect, I can imagine it's almost quite hard to deter him from doing that, right? Like you can't really fake a knee, and he's going to go to the wrestling. So for you, do you have to basically mentally think, I'm embracing it, I might even be aggressive in that to try and get into those positions early to maybe use that as a way to deter him from going back to them?
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, you can go out there, and a lot of guys have made this mistake fighting him. Going in and saying, I need to watch out for that. He's going to shoot. I need to be ready. I have to watch out. And then they don't do anything until he does shoot and gets them down anyway. You have to go out there and fight. Man, didn't you train? I understand that he's really good at wrestling and he's really good on the ground, but I mean, that is the game. I guess, right? It's almost, if you're fighting Israel Adesanya, are you gonna start on your bum and try to butt scoot? No, you're gonna have to fight him. That is how it is, and that's truly how I feel about this fight. Yes, he is gonna shoot, and yes, he is probably gonna take me down, but I'm gonna shoot too, and I'm probably gonna take him down, and I'm gonna strike, and I'm probably gonna hit him, and he's gonna strike and probably hit me. I'm not scared of any of that. I go into any fight with that mindset that you might get hit. You're definitely getting hit. You might get taken down. What do you do after that? I don't go into this fight and look at what Khamzat does so great. I am aware of it and I know it. And obviously when it came to training, I had to get that aspect perfect on the wrestling and grappling aspect, but I'm not going out there to fight his fight. I'm going out there to do what Dricus does, and that is be a world champion.
When you look at Dricus's fights in the UFC, which one do you think is his most impressive victory?
All of his last fights, he done good, done well,
When we look at this fight, I think everyone expects round one to be crazy, right? You come out very aggressive, he's going to try and meet you. Do you expect the same thing? Do you think, hey, I'm just going to come out here and put it on him right away?
I don't know, we'll see in the cage, bro, so it's too early to think about these things. When I see his face, then it's different.
I saw in the UFC Countdown show that you were building a gym for children in Chechnya, but you didn't want to put a cage in the gym. Why is that? Why no cage?
No, but they scary me. MMA is scary sport, so we can't say like, I don't think so. This MMA can be good for the kids because we're punching in the face, we're broking each other, you know. So grappling, kickboxing, boxing, all the sports in one sport, you know. This is amazing sport, but not for the kids. So I think kids should be like at least 15 years to train some different sports, you know. Boxing or judo or wrestling, grappling. There are a lot of different sports for the young boys, so that's why.
I also assume you mentioned about getting the wrestling and grappling right in training. The pace, right? We're all kind of assuming this first round is going to be like two cartoon characters sort of fighting in a ball of dust. Do you expect that? And do you have to almost set the pace early rather than wait for him to come and do that to you?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I'm going out there to fight the way and see what happens. He didn't change his game plan with Robert Whittaker because it was a 5-rounder. So that kind of gives you the sense that he's not going to think about the 5-round where he should be. 5 rounds is a long time. And I am not scared to get into that dark place. We've seen that. If we go full speed, I can fight tired all day. And I've done that many times. So let's go for it. Let's get it from the first bell to the last. Let's go full speed and see who quits.
Of all the descriptions and memes about your fighting style, which is your favorite that you've heard or read?
World champion.
And lastly, I know it's been a respectful week so far, but this press conference is coming up tomorrow. I'm curious if you have your traditional harrowing childhood trauma from him that you can bring up tomorrow if he does get a bit disrespectful.
I don't know. We'll see. I can't practice these things, guys. People always they're pretty certain that I practice these things. I can't. I mean, that is as we would say, fire banter around the fire. And if it's in the moment, it's funny. If it's predetermined, it's kind of cringy to me. So I have to do it in the moment. That's the only way I would know if there's something. I would say it the way I hear it. And up until this point, it looks like that won't be necessary. I think it might be just about the fight, which is also great. I mean, the fight's hype is already there. It's big enough. There's no need for fake beef. There's no need to try and... But if that's the route he wants to go, let's do it.
A lot of people are talking about this press conference tomorrow. If Dricus comes to the press conference and brings some of his Twitter shit with him and says some stuff to you, will that piss you off, or do you just still think it's just talking?
What did you say?
If Dricus comes tomorrow at the press conference and says things, calls you words and stuff like that, does that stuff bother you anymore, or do you just think, it's just talk?
All the fighters talk, but nothing is gonna change here. Everyone has to fight in the cage anyway, so whatever he says, I don't care about. So I'm come here and to beat him up and take my money and go home.
It seems like the hype around this just feels different from your last few fights. Like, Sean Strickland had a lot of things to say. It was fights to the death. You and Izzy seem to have some issues leading up, and you did eventually shake hands. But this seems very strictly competitive. Like, Khamzat wants the belt. You have the belt. I'm curious, which do you prefer? The build-up with words, or this one, like you said, that like the hype is already there? It's just the two best in the world that want to compete.
I have to tell you, I thought about that, and people have asked me about it. Does it get you riled up when you get angry? I never get angry. It's never personal. It's just business. And I've said this many times. You can be the biggest asshole in the world or the nicest guy in the world. I'm still going out there to try and kill you. And it's what I'm here to do. So if we have the back and forth, if we do have the press conference like myself and Strickland, or myself and Adesanya, or we have the press conference like myself and Robert Whittaker, myself and Darren Till, there was no bad blood because there was none. It makes no difference to me. When fight night comes, it's not the same. It's not the same guy that's sitting here speaking to you that's getting that octagon.
What do you think people are going to be saying on Sunday? Because everyone has a take about this fight, but obviously no one knows what the hell is going to happen in there until it actually happens. But people think Khamzat's this huge test for you. If you get him and beat him the way that you want, what do you think everyone's going to be saying? I know some have said you could potentially even be number one pound for pound with a win here.
Yeah, I think he's exactly as good as people think. And I know he is this massive task. And so was every other guy in front of me. At the stage where I fought them, they were these massive tasks. Look at Robert Whittaker. He hasn't lost in over a decade to anybody else than the champion. Then fighting Strickland, who just beat Adesanya, and beating him, then fighting Adesanya, who, I mean, it's Israel Adesanya, one of the best who's ever do the sport. And now it's this guy. And after this guy, there will be another guy where people will say, oh, this is your biggest test to date. Because that's what happens when you fight the best of the best. So yes, this fight is massive. Khamzat is an incredibly good fighter. But what people are going to be saying is the same thing they've said after every single one of my fights. He did it again. Can you believe it? Dricus did it again. I will not doubt him again. You know, same old, same old.
People talk a lot about your wrestling and going into this fight, and people sometimes look at the fights with Usman and Burns. And I think you've said in the past, right, that you've had challenges wrestling smaller guys, but the bigger ones, because that was who you trained with forever, that's easier for you. Do you feel like you're going to be able to manhandle Dricus in there?
I don't know, bro. So I'm just gonna go for a fight, but Usman fight was good, and Gilbert fight was good as well, but bro, it's now new fight, new chance to get a better fighter. Those fights makes me a better fighter as well.
Do you feel like Dricus's body type is the type you can have the most success with your grappling, that you're most used to?
Kind of, yeah.